Now let us see how to find the square roots of the perfect square. Now, as we have seen, a number is called the perfect square if it is a square of a natural number. So if I write 36, which is square of 6, so 36 is called a perfect square. Then what is called the square root? 6 is called the square root of 36. Okay, so that is what the concept is between the square and square root. Square root means if 36 is a square, it is square of whichever number, that number is called the square root of the given number. So if m square is equal to n, then m will be square root of n. Okay, so for example, if n is my 49, which is square of 7, so 7 will be square root of 49. So now let us see what are the different methods of finding the square root of given number. The first method is prime factorization method. Now you all know how to find the prime factors of any given number. So prime factorization method. Now let us take any example. Suppose I take a number 2601 and I have to find its square root. First we have to see whether it is a square or not. How? We have seen first property which says if there are 2, 3, 7 and 8 digit present at the unit place, then that number cannot be a square. So now among that 2, 3, 7, 8, is any one of the digit present at the unit place? No. So definitely 2601 may or may not be a square. Okay, so there are chances that it could be a square. If it is a not square, so there is no point of finding by finding its square root by any method, because you will not get it as a square root. So now since any one of the number is not present, now what is the first step? We try to divide it by the starting with the lowest prime factor. Now except 1 you have to start. So first with 2. Is the number divisible by 2? No. So now let us check with 3. 3, 8 is 24, 3, 6 is 18 and 3, 7 is 21. Okay, so it is divisible by 3. Now let us check again whether it is divisible by 3. 3 2s are 6, 3 8s are 24, 3 9s are 27. Okay, so now 289. Now if you remember that 289 is a square of 17 and 17 is a prime number, so definitely 289 will be divisible by only 17. It will not be divisible by any other number other than 17 and 1. So if I divide it with 17, you will get it as 17 and again 17 and 1. So how can I write 2601? 2601 is written as multiplication of these four numbers. So 3 into 3, 17 into 17. So what we have done, first of all, we have found out its all prime factors and then we have written it. Now the next step is, if you have to find the square root, or if the given number is square, all the prime factors has to be present in pairs. In pairs, it means in a group of 2. So 3, it is present in pair, whereas 17 is also present in pair. So when you are finding the square root, from the pair you will be considering only one value. So from 2 3s I will be taking only 1 3, and from 217 I will be taking only 117. So if I have to find square root of 2601, it will be 17 into 3, which is nothing but 51. So square root of 2601 is 51. Okay, so what we have done, first of all, we have found all the factors, then we have represented all the factors in pairs. If they are in pairs, then only it will be having the number will be a square. If they are not in pairs, then the number will not be a square, and if it is not square, you cannot find its square root. Now let us consider one more example. One 764. Now this could be divisible by 2. So 2 8s are 16, 2 8s are 16, 2 2s are 4, 2 4 4 1 3 3 1s are 3, 3 4s are 12, 3 7s are 21, again 3 3 4s are 12, 3 9s are 27. 49 is square of 7, so I have to divide it with 7 itself. Okay, so how can 1764 could be written in terms of its prime factors? So 1764 could be written as 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 7 into 7. Now the next condition, all has to be in pairs. Now 2, is 2 present 2 times? Yes. Is 3 present 2 times? Yes. Is 7 present 2 times? Yes. So all prime factors are present in pairs. So if I have to find its square root, I will take all only ones. From the 2 you have to take ones. So 2, 3, 7. 2 3s are 6, 6 7s are 42. So 1764 is square of 42, or square root of 1764 is 42. Now it could happen that in a given prime factors the number 2 is present 4 times. Okay, I'm just taking one random example. So what does it mean? It means for this 4 times 2, are you going to take the 2 only once? No. For only pairs you are going to take it once. So this 2 will be one pair and this 2 will be another pair, and then the third one. So when you are taking its square root, from this 2 I am taking 1 2, from another 2 I have taking 1, and from this 2 3 I am taking 1 3. So it doesn't mean if the same prime factor is being repeated more than 2 times, so you will be taking it only once. No, only for the only for the one pair you are taking it as 1. So if the same number is again repeated, for them also you will be considering it as 1. So now another example, which is 4056. Now the digit present at the unit place is 6, so the given number may or may not be a square. Now let us check by prime factorization. First I will divide it with 2. So 2 2s are 4, 2 2s are 4, 2 8s are 16, again 2, 1 0 1 4, again 2, 5 0 7. Further let us check with 3, 3 1s are 3, 3 6 are 18, 3 9s are 27. Now 169 is square of 13, so I will write it as 13 and 13. Okay, so 4056 can be written as prime factorized as 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 into 13 into 13. Okay, so my rule is, if the given number is square, all the prime factors has to be present in pairs. So 2, so this 2 is in pair. What about 2? Another 2, it is not having its pair. What about 3? It is also not having its pair. And the 13 is its pair. So what can I say? Now since there are two factors which are not present in pairs, so the given number is not a perfect square. If it has to be a perfect square, all the prime factors has to be present in pairs. Since 2 and 3 are not in pairs, hence the given number is not a perfect square. So by this way we can also check whether the number is a perfect square or not. But now maybe a question is asked further, by what number the given number has to be multiplied so that it will become a perfect square. I have to make 4056 a perfect square. So by what number I should multiply 4056 so that the given number becomes the perfect square. So if I have to make this number a perfect square, whichever numbers or whichever factors are not having its pair, I have to add them so that they will be in pairs, and hence the given number will become a perfect square. So this first pair is okay. For this 2, I have to multiply it with one more 2. So this 2 I have added, multiplied extra. Similarly for this 3 also I have to take one pair, and the another 13 one, it is already in pair. So what I have done, to make the given number a perfect square, I have multiplied it with two numbers, that is 2 and 3, which means what is 2 into 3? 6. So it means if I multiply 4056 with 6, the number I will be getting will be a perfect square. So it will be 24336. Now this number is definitely a perfect square, because for the given number 4056, which was having 2 and 3 which were not in pairs, so I have multiplied that 2 and 3 to the given number, and if they will become in pair, then definitely you will be getting it as a perfect square. So 24336, it is square of, for this 2 1 2, for another pair 1 2 3 and 13. So 2 2s are 4, 4 3s are 12, 12 into 3 15, 156. So 24336 is square of 156. Okay, so this is the next part of the question which could be asked. Check if the given number is square or not. How do we check? If all numbers, all the prime factors are in pairs, it is a square. If they are not in pairs, then it is not a square. And the next question, if they ask how to make the given number a square by multiplying a number, so by what number it has to be multiplied? Whatever prime factors are present in a single value, or whatever prime factors are not having its pair, so that values you will be multiplying, so that to make them in pair. So whatever values you are multiplying, their multiplication, or that number, if you multiply with the given number, you will be getting the number as a perfect square. Here 2 and 3 were not having it pair, so I have multiplied it with 2 and 3, and since the multiplication of 2 and 3 is 6, so if 4056 is multiplied with 6, the number I am getting will definitely be a perfect square. Now, instead of multiplying, if they ask you by what number this 4056 should be divided to make it a perfect square. Now, when they are saying multiplying, it means whatever factors are not having its pair, you will be multiplying them. But when they are asking you by what it should be divided, it means whatever factors are present in are not present in pairs, you will use them for the division. Now what is it? It means here 2 and 3 are the two factors which are not having its pair. So definitely if I remove this 2 and 3, so the given number will be what? 2 into 2 and 13 into 13. So this will be a perfect square, isn't it? So if I have to remove 2 and 3, what will I do? I will divide this given number by the multiplication of this. So what is 2 into 3? It is 6. So if you divide 4056 by 6, the answer you are getting will be 6 6 are 36, 45, 6 7 are 42, and 6 6 are 36. So you are getting the answer as 676, and 676 is definitely a square of 13 2s are 26. Okay, so when the question is asked for what number has to be multiplied, the numbers or the factors which don't have pairs, you take its multiplication and you multiply the given number with them. And if the question is asked by what number it has to be divided, whatever are the factors which are not having its pair, just take its multiplication and divide the number by that multiplication. So the value you are getting will definitely be a square. So by this method you can find, or you can check whether the given number is square or not. If it is a square, you can find its square root also, and if it is not a square, how to make them a square by multiplying or dividing. So whenever they ask you by what number it has to be multiplied, the extra factors has to be added. And when they ask you what number has to be by what number you have to divide, then whatever are the extra factors, that has to be removed. In multiplication, the factors get added as in that many factors you will join in the multiplication. And when they ask you for division, whatever are the factors which don't have pair, that are the extra factors, you have to remove them. So how do you remove them? You multiply them and you divide the given number by them. So this is the first method.